Hi, my name is Tony Tartaglia, and I've had the pleasure of knowing Fuzzy since our first year of medical school at the University of Rochester. And to prove that we were there, I have a photograph. It reminds me of a movie called The Way We Were with Robert Redford and Barbara Streisand. And it was actually filmed partly on the Union College campus where I was a student. But this photograph will show you of what we were. The person on the right is a fellow named Al Cohn, who I'll talk about in a moment. I'm in the middle, and there's Fuzzy in all his glory. Time really changes us, always, and never for the better. I first met Fuzzy when I was entered medical school. I had never known him before, and I must say during the first year of medical school, it became obvious to all that Fuzzy was a unique individual. He was the kindest, nicest person in the class, always ready to help people, always going out of his way to make people feel better during troubled times. It was just unique. Now, the first year of medical school, I roomed with two fellow classmates from Union, and everything was great. But one of the fellows, Bill Kessler, got married at the end of the year, so that we had to make other arrangements. And I don't remember how it came about, but five of us, which included Al Cohn, whose picture you've seen, Dick Braun, Ivan Kahn, myself, and Fuzzy, decided to room together in a house on Dunbar Street in Rochester, New York. Now, in our 55th reunion, we drove by that house to look at it, and my memory was that it was a fairly big house, and I was amazed to find the house to be very, very small. And the thought of us, five of us living there for 2 years, really came as a surprise. But during those 2 years, you get to know your roommates very, very well, seeing that you're living in such close proximity. And during those 2 years, Fuzzy lived up to his reputation always. He was the kindest, nicest person in our class. If you had a problem, you got a call from Fuzzy to go have coffee, and he would talk and talk to you until you felt better. If there was a problem between a boy and a girl, Fuzzy was right there to help and lend a shoulder. It was a unique experience to be part of his environment. After our medical school came to an end, we had to choose a specialty to go into. Alan chose cardiology. Dick Braun chose to be an orthopedic hand surgeon. Ivan chose to be a gastroenterologist. I went into hematology, but Fuzzy didn't choose. God willed Fuzzy to be a pediatrician. No one was ever born and raised in such a manner that could do anything else but take care of children. He was wonderful. And I'll bet those kids loved him, and I assure you that the parents of those kids held Fuzzy in the greatest respect possible and loved them back. He had a wonderful career and has had a wonderful career in pediatrics, and now he's going to retire. I have never met Fuzzy's children, but I've heard a lot about them at various reunions. I would bet my last dollar that if I asked them who the greatest father in the world was, they'd all say Fuzzy was the greatest father. And listening to Fuzzy talk about his grandchildren, I'm absolutely certain that his grandchildren think that he is the greatest grandpa in the world. I'd like to say one other thing about to you, Fuzzy. You know, because you were such a nice guy, there were a lot of young women interested in you, and I must say some very attractive women. But God stepped in again and willed that you meet Gail. Your marriage to Gail is an inspiration to all of us. Your devotion to each other, her ability to be so upbeat through years of debilitating progression of her disease. As a matter of fact, when we received letters from her, we felt better. She had the problems, but she made us feel better. And I know you were there every step of the way. You helped her in every way you could. You involved her in all the activities that she possibly could attend. And you're a testimony to what is all in good in a husband. I admire you greatly for that role. I could go on and make this a long goodbye or good wishes on your retirement, but I know others will be speaking also. So all I can say to you, Fuzzy, good luck and a very long, happy retirement. I want you to know that I've always considered it a pleasure and an honor to be able to say that I was at one time your classmate, your roommate, and always your friend. God bless you and your family.